Hello guys, how are you? What's up? I hope you all are doing very amazing. Welcome back to our day 2 of our marathon lectures for the subject of corporate and economic laws. Today we're going to complete with Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016. That means by the end of this marathon lectures, by the end of the next 3 hours, you will have 20 marks in your hand. 10 marks for SEBI regulations and 10 marks for Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016. Hello Varshil, how are you? Everyone give me a quick thumbs up who all are watching this lectures right now. Quickly give me a thumbs up and then we will begin with our marathon lecture. Yes. People, one more thing I want to tell you. Once these lectures are uploaded on YouTube, while you are watching these lectures, if you have got any doubt in mind, just make sure to drop all your doubts in the YouTube comment section. I will make sure that all your doubts are resolved in less than 3 hours. And don't worry about whether it is a silly doubt or whether it is a genius doubt. Make sure to ask all your doubts in the YouTube comment section. It is your duty to ask me all the doubts. Okay guys? I'm doing great, Varshil. Hello Janand. Shall we begin guys? Chalo. So let's begin with the introduction. Okay, before you start with the introduction, let me tell you one thing. Whenever a company is going through a financial distress, whenever a company is going through a financial problems, financial distress, it has got two options with it. Number one is to revive itself and number two is to close down the company. Now in CIRP, we're going to understand how a company gets revived. In liquidation, we're going to understand how a company gets closed down. Okay? Chalo. First topic is applicability of Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016. To which entities Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016 is applicable? Number one is, people, very obvious, companies incorporated under Companies Act. It could be 2013 Companies Act. It could also mean 1956 Companies Act. Next is companies under special acts. Sir, what is the meaning of companies under special acts? Special acts passed by Parliament. Example is SBI, LIC. These are companies incorporated under special act of Parliament. To these companies also Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016 is applicable. Number 3, LLPs. Number 4, other body corporates. Sir, what entities will come under other body corporates? A cooperative society engaged in business operations will come under other body corporates. Next is, people, partnership firms and individuals. Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016 is applicable. Next is, people, personal guarantors to corporate debtor also. To them also it is applicable. Even personal guarantors will be taken into consideration for application of Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016. Next is partnership firms and proprietorship firms. And last is individuals. Very easy guys. Everyone with me. Now, to which entities Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016 is not applicable? The reason is beautiful reason. The logic is very beautiful why these entities are not included in the Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016. Corporate person does not include financial service providers. That will include banks, financial institutions, insurance companies, mutual funds, asset reconstruction companies. Sir, what is the meaning of asset reconstruction companies? Now these companies manage the funds of very big companies. They are called as investment company. In layman language, these are called as investment company. Pension funds and collective investment schemes, to these entities also Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016 is not applicable. Now people, can anyone tell me in the comment section or chat box what could be the possible reason why IBC is not applicable to these entities? What could be the possible reason why IBC is not applicable to these entities? Can anyone tell me in the chat box, guys? Hello, MD Shah. How are you guys? Dayanand, Varshil. Okay. Yes, guys. The logic behind why these entities are excluded is because they are the backbone of Indian economy. They are the financial backbone of Indian economy. If it would be so easy to initiate CIRP against these companies, people will start to lose trust in the financial system of India. So it will create unnecessary panic if it would be so easy to initiate CIRP against these financial entities. And that's why people, IBC is not applicable to these entities. Very easy, guys. Okay, sir. Now, we are done with intro part, all the important topics of intro part, only 2 important topics were there. Next is, now let's begin with the CIRP. Tell me, guys, what is the full form of CIRP? Corporate Insolvency Resolution Process. Because having separate managed body and by separate entity. Yes, Varshil, right. Okay, but the main logic is already these companies are regulated by a different regulator. If we unnecessarily keep rules for these companies, and if it would be so easy to initiate CIRP, it will create unnecessary panic in the economy. Okay, sir. Chalo. Now, number 1, what is the minimum amount of default? If a corporate debtor made a default of 1 crore, you can initiate CIRP against the corporate debtor. Okay, sir. Now, there are 2 types of resolution. CIRP and pre-packaged insolvency resolution process. Now, PRIRP is for micro, small and medium enterprises. Okay, sir. Now, I will tell you the basic steps in CIRP process. Number 1 is, people, default happens, then application is filed, then NCLT will examine the application, then application is admitted, IRP is appointed, claims are collected to find out who are the creditors, then first COC meetings is held, then COC will be constituted, and last is RP will be appointed. So this is the entire process. Okay, we are going to understand every single thing in detail in this marathon lectures. Okay, guys? Chalo. Now, number 1 question is, who can initiate CIRP? A financial creditor, a bank can initiate CIRP. An operational creditor, a supplier can also initiate CIRP. Now, apart from these people, corporate debtor can also initiate CIRP. The moment corporate debtor realizes that I cannot now pay off my debts, immediately he can initiate CIRP. Okay? So 3 categories of people can initiate CIRP. Section 6 says, number 1 is financial creditor, number 2 is operational creditor, and number 3 is corporate debtor. A bank or a financial institution that has given a loan, they can file a CIRP. Then operational creditor, a supplier or a service provider, can file a CIRP only if payment for goods or services is unpaid. Next is corporate debtor, can file for insolvency done when it realizes that it is not able to repay its debts. Very easy, na people. First topic was very easy. I'm going from the basics. Okay, guys. Next is the most important question. This question has come in your PYQs. So you have to learn the answer to this question. Who are the persons who are not entitled to initiate CIRP? Who cannot initiate CIRP? Now, people, the following cannot file an application for CIRP. How many people are there? 5 category of entities cannot initiate CIRP. Number 1 is already in CIRP or PRIRP. So you are a corporate debtor. Already CIRP or a PRIP process is followed. Now you cannot file another CIRP again. Logic, people, very logical. No parallel proceedings allowed. Only one CIRP or PRIRP is allowed. Next is, now you are in the mid of PRIRP. Now creditors, financial and operational creditors cannot file CIRP while PRIRP is pending. If a company is already under CIRP going on, bank is filing a CIRP, not allowed, people. Next is recent CIRP. That means what? Company has already done with its CIRP 6 months ago. Now it cannot start CIRP again. So CIRP finished in last 12 months or a resolution plan approved in last 12 months cannot initiate again. Sir, what is the difference between these 2 points, people? This is CIRP and this is chapter 3A stands for PRIRP. Okay, sir. Next is, now you have violated the conditions mentioned in the resolution plan. If a corporate debtor or a creditor has breached the approved resolution plan, what position do you have to initiate CIRP again? Okay. Company approved a resolution plan. You have failed to follow it. Company cannot initiate it for the next 12 months. You have to wait for 12 months. Next is, people, company is already undergoing liquidation. I told you. So whenever a company is going through a financial distress, it has got 2 options. Number 1 is you revive yourself. If revival is not possible, you liquidate. Now when NCLT has passed the order of liquidation, now does it make sense to initiate CIRP again? No. Okay. So 5 category of people cannot file CIRP. Already under CIRP, during PRIRP, I'm talking about creditors. Over here, I'm talking about corporate debtor. Next is, recently CIRP is done, violation of resolution plan, and last is, you are under liquidation. You don't have any position now to initiate CIRP. Very easy, no, people? Yes. Dayanand, your doubt, can you please drop it again? Hello, guys. Over here, Dayanand, it is 1 crore or more. Minimum amount of default should be 1 crore or more. Okay. If it is 1.5 CR, you can initiate CIRP. If it is 90 lakhs, you cannot initiate CIRP. Minimum, there should be a 1 crore amount of default. Dayanand, you are right. Okay. Chalo. Now, persons who cannot be resolution applicants. Very, very important topic, people. If I would be the examiner, I would put this question in your exam. Okay. Now, who cannot be resolution applicants? Now, people, the most important question is, what is the meaning of resolution applicants? The company that is going to revive the corporate debtor is called as a resolution applicant. So who cannot basically submit solutions to revive the corporate debtor? We are going to understand. Okay, sir. Number 1 is, people, how many points are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 points are there. Very easy points. Number 1 is, you are already under financial mess. With what position are you going to submit a resolution plan, guys? If you are an undischarged insolvent, court has declared you as a bankrupt. You are a willful defaulter. You have taken a loan from the bank. You are the promoter or the controller of the company. You have taken a loan from the bank and you have not repaid that loan for at least 1 year. That means what? You are an NPA for the bank. You cannot submit a resolution plan. You are already under financial mess. With what position are you going to submit a resolution plan? Okay. So NPA more than 1 year plus you are in control or you are a promoter. Now, people, there is an exception to this case. If you repay all your debts, if you repay all your dues, then you can become a resolution applicant. Okay, sir. Next is criminal or legal disqualification. Very important. If you are convicted for any offense, it could be fraud, it could be money laundering, where the minimum sentence is at least 2 years, or you are convicted of any other offense. It could be non-financial offense also, but over there you are convicted for 7 years. It could be any offense. You cannot submit a resolution plan. You cannot become a resolution applicant. Basically, people, if you observe all these categories of people, they are not good in their character. That's why IBBI has told that you guys cannot submit a resolution plan. Next is, people, disqualified director. If you are a director disqualified under section, who will tell me the section number for disqualification of directors? If you are disqualified under section 164 of the Companies Act, you cannot submit a resolution plan. Okay, sir. Next is regulatory restrictions. People, do you remember Yesterday we have understood if you are debarred by SEBI or if you are involved with any guy who has been debarred by SEBI from accessing the capital markets, then you cannot go for an IPO. In the same way, if you are barred by SEBI from securities market access, you cannot become a resolution applicant. Then people misconduct in the company. If you are involved in preferential transaction, you have basically favored one creditor over another. You have sold one asset to one creditor so that this guy is in a beneficial position compared to the other creditor. This is called as preferential transaction. You're going to understand. If you are involved in undervalued transaction, 10 crores worth of asset, you have sold it for 1 lakh rupees just to harm the creditors. Next is fraudulent. You have cheated, extortionate transactions, and NCLT has declared that such transactions are preferential, undervalued, fraud, or extortionate. Then people, you cannot submit a resolution plan. Very easy, people. Then people, guarantee default. If you have given a personal guarantee and the guarantee has been invoked and you have still not completed your obligations, you cannot become a resolution applicant. Next is people, foreign disqualification. If you are disqualified under foreign laws, then you cannot become a resolution applicant. And last is, this is the most crazy rule. These people cannot become a resolution applicant. I agree. But whoever is connected to the from 1 to 6, even these people cannot become a resolution applicant. So you should not surround yourself with bad people. See people, persons who cannot become a resolution applicant. Number 1, unpaid personal guarantee, disqualification under foreign law, undischarged insolvent, willful defaulter, NPA, at least 1 year, convicted person, disqualified director, prohibited by SEBI. Now you guys cannot become a resolution applicant. Okay, that's it people. Now, apart from these people, even connected person cannot become a resolution applicant. Easy no guys. I will tell you one thing guys, if I would be the examiner, I would put this question in your June 26 examinations. Very, very important topic. Yes, Janand, it should be minimum is greater than 1 crore. Correct. Okay. Everyone with me, give me a quick thumbs up, guys. Give me a quick thumbs up, everyone, so I will know that you are watching. Yes, guys, quickly give me a thumbs up, everyone. Okay. Next topic. Section 7. Initiation by financial creditor. Now people are going to understand, if you are a financial creditor, if you are an operational creditor, if you are a corporate debtor, how can you file CIRP applications? We are going to understand. Okay. So people, now we are assuming that you are a financial creditor and corporate debtor has not repaid you the money on time. Now how are you supposed to file an application under CIRP? Okay. Sir, आप paper setter तो नहीं होना जून में. I wish I would be the paper setter, guys. I would put such crazy questions. Okay. If you see the last attempt paper, you will find that a lot of questions are very tricky and practical application based questions. So I want you to prepare for such type of questions, and that is why if you see my daily PDFs, you will find a lot of practical questions over there. Okay, chalo guys. Jayanand, we are going section wise only now. Chalo guys, let's start. If you are the financial creditor, how can you file application for CIRP? So you could be a financial creditor. You can file individually you can file jointly, or you can file on behalf of all the financial creditor. Now, if you belong to a class of creditor, let's take an example of home buyers. Builder has promised 10,000 home buyers, and I am going to construct a luxury flat for you, and builder has taken all the money. Builder has not constructed the flat at all. Now, who can file application? Minimum 100 home buyers, or 10% of, let's say there are 1,000 home buyers, 10,000 home buyers, okay? So 10% of 10,000 is people, how much? 1,000 home buyers or 100 home buyers, whichever is less can file application for CIRP. Now people, whenever you are going to submit application, your application must contain two things. Number one is, you should give a proof of default. Otherwise, why would NCLT trust you, right? Proof of default can be from the information utility records. Basically a financial database which records all the financial transactions of everyone, or any supporting documents. Apart from that, people, apart from proof of default, you also have to submit the proposed IRP's name, proposed insolvency resolution professional's name. Now people, remember one thing, just because I have included short forms, that does not mean that you also have to include short forms. In your law exam, specifically law exam, you have to write answers in long form only. Never ever use short forms to express or write in your answer. No matter how much less time you have got, it doesn't matter at all. Always write long form content. Okay guys, chalo. Now that you have submitted application to NCLT, now NCLT will within 14 days, it will check the existence of default, and it will not check whether dispute exists or not. I'm talking about financial creditor people. In a financial creditor, NCLT will not check whether you have told the right or wrong, whether there is any court proceedings pending against the financial creditor and the debtor. NCLT will not check that. NCLT will only check one thing: did default happen using information utility records? If the answer is yes, NCLT will accept the application. Okay, sir. Now next is, when will NCLT reject the application? People, based on this topic, a case study based question can be asked. If there is no default, you have submitted fake documents, application is incomplete, IRP disciplinary issue, that means what? Disciplinary proceedings are already pending against IRP. IRP is a bad person. So you have got 7 days to rectify your mistake, rectify your application. Now that if there is no defect in your application, example is default really exists, application is complete, and IRP is clean, then people, NCLT will accept the application. The moment NCLT accept the application, CIRP will start to begin. Okay, CIRP begins moratorium period. What is the meaning of moratorium period, sir? It's a legal pause where nobody can file any legal cases against you. It's a space to breathe for the company. IRP is appointed. We're going to understand how IRP is appointed. And next is, now management will shift from board of directors to the IRP. Management will shift from board of directors to IRP. Very easy, people. So how many points we have understood? 6 points. Number one is, we know who can file application, when, what application should contain. NCLT has got 14 days to review. What all things NCLT will take into consideration, we know. Why would NCLT reject the application, also we know. Once application has been accepted, what will happen also now we have understood it. In briefly, in detail we are going to understand. Everyone give me a quick thumbs up, guys. Everyone watching, give me a quick thumbs up. People, I have prepared very crisp notes so that you can quickly revise before the exams. Cool? Chalo. Now, let's understand, if you are the operational creditor, over here, the process is slightly tricky. You're going to understand. If you are the operational creditor, if you are that supplier who has been not paid on time by the corporate debtor, How can you file application under CIRP? We are going to understand. The first thing that you are going to do is, you're not going to directly file CIRP application. The first thing you're going to do is, you're going to demand money from the corporate debtor. That is called as demand notice. Operation. Yes, guys. Is my voice audible? Am I audible, guys? Hello. Okay. So people, if you are the operational creditor, how can you file application under CIRP? We are going to understand. Okay. So people, first of all, you need to send a demand notice to the corporate debtor. Now, OC must first send a demand notice that I am supposed to receive XYZ amount of money because I have supplied you XYZ number of bottles. Or you can send an unpaid invoice copy that I have not been paid on time. Basically, you will intimate the corporate debtor that you have not been paid on time. This is a compulsory first step before you go to NCLT. Okay, sir. Now that corporate debtor, this is the most important point. CD has got 10 days to reply. Now, do you know how is he going to reply? Debtor has got two options. Either you pay the amount, or what if you have received defective goods and for those defective goods, the supplier is demanding payment. So what you can do is, if you are the corporate debtor, you can inform, you can intimate a supplier that already court case is pending. Already court case is pending. You cannot file a CIRP application. You cannot demand money from me. Let the court case settle and then we'll talk about the money. So raise a dispute. There should be a pre-existing dispute. People, now listen to me very, very carefully. Definitely a case study based question will be asked in the exam. Now there should be a pre-existing dispute. What is the meaning of this? Dispute should be existing before the operation creditor has sent the notice. It should not be a case where I am sending a notice. Now I am saying that no, I am trying to find problems. Goods are defective, so you cannot ask money from me. No. You should raise a dispute, and that dispute should be already existing before the OC has even sent the notice. Understood, people? CD should not purposely find defects to escape the situation. So you have to show a proof that already suit is pending or arbitration is pending. How can you demand money from me? Let the case get settled. Now the most important point is, if you raise a dispute after the notice, it is not valid. Whatever it is, you should have raised a dispute before the notice. Okay, sir. So again, I will tell you, CD has got two options. Two things he has to do within 10 days. Number one, you either pay the money, or number two, you inform the OC that dispute is pending. See, this is the suit. This is the arbitration proceedings case. How can you demand money from me? And the most important point is, dispute after notice is completely invalid. Okay, sir. Now next is, when can OC file an application? Now if you have to wait for 10 days, if within 10 days you received no payment and CD has not raised any concern of dispute, then you can file application before NCLT. OC cannot directly go before the NCLT. They have to first send the demand notice, wait for 10 days to get a reply from the CD. Now what all documents are required while you submit application to NCLT? Copy of demand notice or invoice, affidavit claiming that there is no dispute pending, proof of non-repayment, and last is proposed IRP name. When all these documents are sent to NCLT, NCLT will take 14 days time. When will NCLT accept? Very easy. Application is complete, a debt is unpaid, notice has been properly delivered to the CD. Demand notice has been properly served on the CD. No dispute exists, and last is IRP has got no disciplinary problem. Very easy, no people. Are you guys with me? Give me a quick thumbs up, guys. Now, rejection. Very easy. Again, very obvious points. Application is incomplete. Debt has already been paid. Notice not delivered properly. Dispute exists. There is a problem with the IRP. Disciplinary proceedings are already pending against IRP. Now 7 days you have got to fix the defect, same like FC. Effect of dispute. Now very important point. If pre-existing dispute exists, application is rejected. If pre-existing dispute is existing, application is rejected. NCLT does not check merits. NCLT will not check who is right and who is wrong. Even if there is a genuine possible dispute, NCLT will reject the application. After admission, CIRP will begin, moratorium period will begin, IRP will take control. Easy, no guys? Are you able to understand the logic behind why every single law has been made? If you understand the logic behind every single law, you will never ever forget answers in the exams. It's going to be an easy cakewalk for all of you guys. Okay? Jayanand proposed. Jayanand, it is required, Jayanand. Okay. Everyone, are you with me? Give me a quick thumbs up, guys. Chalo. Now, section 10, and that is initiation by corporate debtor. Now, people, if you are a corporate debtor, you realize that your business is not going well, so you want revival. How can you file application for CIRP? Number 1, CD itself files application to NCLT after default. Next is what all documents are required. Financial records, books of accounts are required. Proposed IRP name is required. Special resolution if it's a company. 3/4 partners approval is required if it is a partnership. NCLT will decide within 14 days to accept or reject the application. If defects exist, you have got 7 days to fix those defects. If not corrected, your application will be rejected. And then CIRP will start to begin. Easy, no guys? Give me a quick thumbs up, everyone. Yes, guys, shall we begin? Chalo. Now, what is the time limit for completion of CIRP process? People over here, students often get confused. Sir, we are not able to understand whether it is 180 days, whether it is 270 days, or whether it is 330 days. Let's understand. The CIRP must be finished within the following time limits. Mandatory time period is CIRP must be finished within 180 days from the date of admission. Maximum time period is 180 days from the date of admission. Now people, COC can agree among themselves that we want to extend the CIRP period by 90 days maximum. It is completely allowed, provided there should be 66% voting rights. Okay, sir. Now, NCLT may grant an extension of days up to maximum 90 days. Now people over here, this is very important. Now people, COVID has happened or some other natural calamities has happened. Court has delayed the process. So even if you include all the possible delays, maximum time period should be 330 days. So within 330 days maximum, you have to revive the company. Okay guys, chalo. Everyone with me, give me a quick thumbs up. Jayanand, is your doubt clear, buddy? Varshil, Jayanand, MD, Shah. Chalo guys, now moratorium period under Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016. Now people, what is the meaning of moratorium period? Very interesting topic. Definitely question can come from this topic. Legal pause imposed by NCLT from date of CIRP admission. That means what? Nobody can file cases against you if moratorium period has begun. Gives company breathing space for resolution for revival. Okay, sir. Now, what all things happen in the moratorium period? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 things happen, people. Very, very important topic. Definitely, it could be asked in your exam for case study based question. Legal proceedings are stayed. You cannot file any suit, arbitration. You cannot execute any case. Ongoing cases also stops immediately. So basically, nobody can file any legal cases against the corporate debtor. People, imagine if everyone starts filing case against the corporate debtor, how do you think they're going to revive themselves? The purpose of IBC is to maximize the asset value. If everyone starts filing case, do you think asset will be sold off at the maximum value? No. And that is why moratorium period has been included. Number 2 is, people, corporate debtor cannot transfer the assets. No sale, no transfer, no lease. You cannot even create charge on the assets. Prevents asset stripping. The goal is, we know, to maximize the asset value. Anything that is going against maximizing asset value is completely discarded. Next is enforcement of security interest. No recovery actions, including SARFACI. Bank has given the company a loan. Company has kept something as a security. Now that CRP has begun, now bank cannot recover that asset. It has been kept on a hold. Banks cannot auction or seize the assets. Okay, sir. Now recovery by owner or lessor is completely prohibited. That means what, people? My company is under financial distress. CRP has begun. Now the landlord is saying that you need to vacate this land over here. You cannot. We are cancelling the lease agreement. We are cancelling the rent agreement. No person can remove us from the property. No eviction or repossession. Even landlord cannot take back the property. But people, to keep the business running, basic services shall kept be going. Electricity, water, telecom, IT services, all these services must not stop. All these services must not stop. No matter if these people were not paid, it doesn't matter at all. These people have to give services to the corporate debtor so that the business keeps on running. Janand, asset stripping means what? You are purposefully selling of the assets to reduce the value of the asset. Okay. Anything that is good.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, guys, am I audible right now? Quickly give me a thumbs up, guys.
Hello. Hello.
Perfect. So guys, I was talking about asset stripping. So purposefully, if the corporate debtor sells off their assets to the creditor at a very low value, not allowed. You cannot favor one creditor over other. And the goal behind IBC is people simple. We need to maximize the asset value. Anything that goes against maximizing asset value will be stopped by Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016. Okay, guys. Hi, Varun. Perfect. Chalo, guys. So, 5 things. If a question is asked in your exam with respect to moratorium, you have to first write down the meaning. Then you have to write down what all things happen during the moratorium period. Number 1 is people, legal proceedings are stayed. Number 2, transfer of assets are completely prohibited to avoid asset stripping and maximizing asset value. Then third is enforcement of security interest is completely stopped. No bank can sell off the assets that has been kept as a security. No owner can evict the corporate debtor from the land. And last is essential services must keep on running because we need to keep the corporate debtor as a going concern. If all the essential services stop people, then how do you think corporate debtor can function? Okay, chalo. Hi Varun, good evening guys, good evening. Chalo. Janan, is your doubt clear with respect to asset stripping? Give me a thumbs up. Chalo. Exceptions to moratorium period. People, this is the most important. If I would be the examiner, no, I will not ask question from moratorium period, but I will definitely ask question from exceptions to moratorium period. Now, certain things are allowed during the moratorium period. That is government notified transactions. Examples, people, interbank settlement, where one bank is settling all the transactions with the other bank. That's completely allowed. That has to happen. Next is guarantors are not protected. Corporate debtor is protected by the moratorium period, but one person is not protected against moratorium period, and that is corporate debtor. So creditor can file a case against guarantor. Moratorium applies only to corporate debtor, not applicable to sureties or guarantors. Both mean one and the same thing. Implication: bank can proceed against guarantor, can invoke guarantee during moratorium period. Okay guys, always remember one thing: corporate debtor is only protected, guarantor is not protected by Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016. Very easy guys. Everyone with me, give me a quick thumbs up. Okay, SBI versus Ramakrishnan case law, moratorium does not protect personal guarantors. So people, in your exam, definitely it would be asked, guarantors are not protected. If a question is asked, it's amazing if you write the case law. It's amazing. SBI versus Ramakrishna. That's it. Okay guys. So, 2 things can happen during the moratorium period. Number 1 is government notified transactions. Number 2 is guarantors are not protected during moratorium period. Basically, these are transactions notified by the central government with regulators allowed during moratorium period. To make it more imaginable, I have told you transfer of money between banks allowed because that's a necessity, guys. Yes or no? Okay. Now, people, how are you going to appoint interim resolution professional? So, on insolvency commencement date, NCLT appoints the IRP which has been submitted by operation creditor or a financial creditor or the corporate debtor. IRP manages the CIRP process. We know that all the powers gets transferred from the management to the insolvency resolution professional. Then when application by FC or corporate debtor, proposed IRP by applicant is appointed if no discipline proceedings are pending and no other RP is proposed. We know these people, very easy. Next is what other now duties of interim resolution professional. So how many duties are there, people? 6 duties are there. Okay. Number one thing, how are going to ascertain what claims of creditors are genuine and what claims of the creditors are non-genuine? How do you differentiate between a financial creditor and an operational creditor? This is what is the job of an interim resolution professional, because we need to first of all constitute COC that consists of financial creditors. So to constitute COC, you have to first of all verify all the claims. You cannot accept all the claims. A lot of claims can sometimes be non-genuine. Let's understand. So collecting information from business operations, it could be financial details like sales, inventory, employee salaries. Next is financial payments, verifies past payments to suppliers and creditors. Then he is going to now find out the list of the assets and liabilities. List assets like machinery, real estate, and liabilities like loans, pending payments. So we're going to collect information from 3 sources. Number 1 is business operations, number 2 is financial payments, and number 3 is assets and liabilities. Now you will get an overall picture of what is the exact position of the corporate debtor. Okay, sir. Now next is we are going to receive and collate all the claims of the creditors, collect and verify the claims of the creditors, unpaid invoices from the suppliers. We're going to verify also. Now that everything is verified, you have got all the claims. Now you're going to constitute committee of creditors with the financial creditors such as banks. Okay, guys. Operational creditor will not form the committee of creditors because they don't have that much amount of financial acumen. That is why mainly financial acumen is held by the financial creditor. So that is why they are going to take all the important decisions whenever meetings are held. Okay, sir. Now next is 4th point, monitors assets and managing operations of the corporator, because board of directors powers have been suspended. Now IRP job is to manage the business. Okay, sir. Next is filing information. So whatever information needs to be filed with the information utility is the job of a IRP. Taking control of the assets, secures assets like warehouses to prevent unauthorized transfer. His job is to protect and safeguard all the assets. Why? Because I told you the goal behind Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016 is to maximize the asset value. So assets are the most important part of Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016. Everyone with me, give me a quick thumbs up, guys. Chalo, guys. Now cooperation and non-cooperation. So everyone has to cooperate with the insolvency resolution professional, and whoever is not cooperating with IRP, now they can approach NCLT to get their instructions completed. So how many points are the people? 8 points. Tell me quickly. Number 1 is the collecting information. Number 2 is receiving and collating claims. Number 3 is constituting COC. Number 4 is monitoring assets and managing operations. And next is filing information, taking control of assets, cooperation and non-cooperation. Everyone has to cooperate with insolvency resolution professional, and the ones who don't cooperate, he can go to NCLT to get those actions done. Yes. Jayanand, we are going to talk about the amendments very soon. So right now, these topics are the most important topics, guys. First, we'll get these topics done and then we'll talk about amendments. Okay, Jayanand? Don't worry. I'm going to make sure, guys, before you even sit for the exams, you are updated with everything. Okay? First, we need to understand all the important points. Goal is that. Cool, guys? Everyone with me, give me a quick thumbs up. Okay, perfect. Chalo guys, now the role of IRP, you will find that certain topics are repeated over here. See, collecting information, verifying claims, forming COC, control and management, board power has been suspended, employees' duty is to report, to cooperate and to provide all the records to the IRP. If they don't cooperate, you know, IRP can go to NCLT to get those actions done. Then bank's job is to provide all the information that is required by insolvency resolution professional. Now, it is a job of the IRP to keep the business running. Because people, if the business don't get run, do you think assets could be sold at a very maximum value? No. So ensuring that business is continuing, protecting the assets. Now IRP can also appoint professionals, can enter into contract, can raise finance to keep the business running. They can take loans and then they can give instructions to employees. We know this, guys. Now powers of IRP. They act like the management because board powers has been suspended. They can sign contracts, execute document. They can also access books, information utility records, ROC data, ensure legal compliance. So tax, everything should be taken care by only one person, and that is insolvency resolution professional. Now, we know asset control, taking custody, prevent sale of assets, to prevent misuse of assets, to prevent assets from getting diverted. And last is everyone shall cooperate, people. Very easy, no? Chalo guys. Jayanand, yes buddy, we are going to talk about the amendments. Don't worry. See, amendments are covered over here. Okay? First, let's understand all the important points and then we'll talk about the amendments. Okay? Chalo. People, the reason why in amendments I'm going to cover in the last is because first you should know what was happening before and what is the use and the practical implications of these amendments. If we directly start from the amendments, people, and institutes sometimes ask you questions where they require you not to write amended answers. So it is your job to know all the laws before amendment and also after amendment. Got it, guys? Chalo. Now that COC is formed, let's read this. Formation, members and voting, exclusions, special cases, powers of COC and decision making. Over here you will get confused, guys. Now, formation, who forms the COC, guys? COC is formed by insolvency resolution professional after he verifies claims. We know this. It consists of all the financial creditors only, no operational creditors. Now, members and voting. Only financial creditors are members. Voting share is based on the amount of debt owed to the corporate debtor. So, A is a creditor, B is a creditor. A is supposed to get 100 crores, B is supposed to get 50 crores. That means what? A has got more voting power compared to B. This is called as voting is based on the debt amount. Okay, sir. Now, next is who all are excluded. Which category of financial creditors are excluded from COC meetings? Number one is people, related parties of the corporate debtor are completely excluded. Next is if you are a defaulter, then you cannot even participate. Okay, guys? FC can attend the meetings, but you cannot vote. Okay, over here. Chalo. Now let's come over here. Special cases, no financial creditors. Now people, this topic is the most important topic. Definitely there's a very good possibility that question can be asked from this topic. If there are no financial creditor, how are the committee of creditors be formed? So COC formed under IBC regulation, we know this, includes if there are no financial creditor, COC is formed by the largest 18 operational creditors. 18 largest operational creditors will be forming the COC only if there are no financial creditor. Then one workman representative among the workmen, one person should be the representative, then one employee representative. Voting is based on the debt. So if there are no financial creditors, three people will form the COC. Number one is 18 largest operational creditor. Number two is one workman representative. And number three is one employee representative. Okay guys, chalo. Now, if you are that creditor who has given loan also, who has even supplied services also, then what is your position as a creditor? Would you be a form of OC or would you be a form of FC? So people, if you are both OC and FC, financial part only you can vote. For operational part, you cannot vote. I hope everyone knows this, guys. Give me a quick thumbs up, everyone. MD Shah, Suman, Jayanand, Varun, Varshil. Okay, so you don't have notes. Guys, I have actually, guys, listen. In my WhatsApp group, in the link, you will find a Google Drive link. Go to the Google Drive, you will find my day 1 marathon notes, you will find my day 2 marathon notes. Okay? Go to the WhatsApp group, go to the link in the description, click on the second link. First link is for daily PDF. On the second link, you will find the link to my marathon notes. Okay, guys? From those links, you will find all my notes. Download it, keep it before the laptop, and then you will be sorted. Chalo, guys. Now, powers of COC, very, very easy topics we are going to understand now. Approving or rejecting resolution plans, appointing and replacing resolution professional, taking major decisions, and last is calling for information anytime, and the IRP must provide that information within 7 days. Decision. People, this is the most important decision. Over here, you will get confused. If it is routine transactions, if it is routine decisions, 51% voting is required. If it is very important decisions, 66% voting is required. But if I want to withdraw a resolution plan, it will require 90% approval. So these three are most important. If it is routine transactions, 51% is required. If it is important decisions, 66 is required. If COC has approved a RP, resolution plan, now they want to withdraw the resolution plan, 90% is required. Everyone with me, guys? Give me a quick thumbs up. Suman, what are you asking? Guys, in my WhatsApp group, you will find a link. In that link, you will find all my marathon notes. Don't worry, guys. Everything is sorted. Chalo, let's continue, guys. Sujit, notes have been uploaded yesterday. Wait a second. Guys, see, in the description you will find two links. The second link is for marathon notes. I've included, guys, day 1 SEBI, day 2 IBC. Everything is done, guys. You just have to download it. Okay? Chalo. Now, people, meetings. How will the meeting be conducted for COC? Number 1, it is conducted by a resolution professional. Sir, what about the IRP? People, once COC has been formed, COC have the option to replace IRP with a new RP or to make the IRP as the RP. Notice is sent to COC members, directors, partners, and operational creditors if you owe more than 10% debt. Attendance, directors, partners, OC can attend, but do they have voting rights? They don't have voting rights. Please share the group link in the description. Suman, you will find the link in the description, buddy. See.
What I will do is, I will send the link again in the group.
Chalo. Done, guys. Now voting and representation. Voting is based on debt share, we know. Creditors may appoint representative. Now people, this is important. Some creditors will be banks, big entities, so they can appoint somebody who can represent them in the meetings, and that person can also be an insolvency professional. Now first meetings shall be held within 7 days. COC will decide by 66% to either continue IRP or to replace IRP. Okay, sir. Replacement of RP will require how much? 66% vote. Now, people, this question can come in an exam. COC wants to replace RP or IRP. What is the maximum voting required? IBBA approval is required and NCLT confirmation is also required. So, definitely, question can be asked. Star mark this, people. Star mark it. Question can come in your exam. COC wants to replace RP. How can they replace RP? Next is, we know this, COC can ask for information anytime, and that information must be given to the COC within how many days? Within 7 days. So people, we are done with the meetings of COC. Now, this topic is repeated, let's ignore it. Now, duties of RP. Again, very similar to IRP itself. Protecting and preserving the assets, actions within the powers of insolvency professional. RP can take actions under section 25 subsection 2 that talks about the powers of insolvency professional, includes taking possession of documents and conducting due diligence. Okay, sir. Basically, people, what all actions are required to maximize the asset value will all be given to the RP. Very easy. Now, approval of COC for certain actions. This is the most important topic. Again, a question can be asked. We're going to talk about this topic in the next topic. So, there are certain actions, there are certain decisions that will require the approval of COC. Resolution plan. So, RP is responsible to invite resolution plan, presents them to COC for approval or rejection. Okay, sir. Now, let's talk about the most important topic, and that is prior approval of certain actions for COC. That is section 28. That means what, people? RP must take prior approval of COC for the following decisions by at least 66% voting. Now, what are the decisions we are going to understand? So, 14 decisions are there. Very important, people. Listen to me very carefully. What I have done is, I know that it will be very difficult for you to learn it. So I have classified this further into groups, into financial decisions, into ownership changes, ownership, shareholding changes, management, governance, personal changes, then deal process, financial institution control, and next is legal and transaction matters. Let's read it one by one. Very important topic. It will come in your exam. Okay, financial decisions. If you want to raise interim finance, if you want to take a loan from the bank, you have to take approval of COC by 66% voting. Next is, people, you want to create a security interest. You want to take a loan. Now, to obtain that loan, you are keeping one asset as a security. You have to take approval of COC. Next is, you are changing the capital structure of the corporate debtor, altering the company's capital structure, you're reducing the equity, you're increasing the debt, it will require the approval of COC. Next is ownership and shareholding changes. If there's any change in the ownership, if you're transferring major shares to another person, it will require the approval of COC. Then disposing of any shares. Permitting shareholders or nominees to dispose of shares will also require approval of COC. Then comes management, governance, and personal changes. If you want to make any changes in the management level or subsidiary, you want to appoint a new director, you want to remove a director, you have to take the approval of COC. Then people, modification of key personal contracts. You are changing the terms of the director's appointment. You are changing the salary of the director. It will require the approval of COC. The next is changing auditors. If you are altering or replacing a statutory auditor or internal auditor, it will require approval of COC. Next is you are delegating your powers to some other person. If you are an RP, if you are delegating all your powers to some other person, it will require the approval of COC. Then comes people legal and transactional matters. All RPT transactions shall be approved by COC. Next is transfer of rights or financial debts. If you are transferring, if you are assigning a financial debt, you are supposed to receive money. But what you are doing is you are transferring the right to receive money to some other person. It will require approval of COC. You are supposed to receive money. If you are transferring the right to receive money to some other person, it will require approval of COC. Next is people, if you want to change MOA or AOA, it will require approval of COC. And next is if you want to invite resolution applicants to revive the company, approval is required. Instructions to banks or financial institutions to debit transactions or dealing with the accounts of the corporate debtor, it will require approval of COC. Now people, I want you to read all these points and tell me, aren't you finding it very easy to understand now? Everyone give me a quick thumbs up. Jayanand, Suman, Sujit, Varun, MD Shah. MD Shah told me his name. Once again, sir, my name is Shah Nawaz. Shah Nawaz. Easy no guys? Quickly give me a thumbs up. Yes. Hello Siddesh. Chalo guys. Now let's quickly read this. Raising interim finance, creating security interest, changing capital structure, change in the ownership, instructions to financial institutions, RPD transactions, amending the constitutional documents, changes in MOA, AOA, then delegating authority, disposal of shares, management changes, transfer of rights, changes in personal contracts, change in auditors, and invite resolution applicants. Now we know all the points by heart. Okay? The best way is to classify all the points, if there are too many points, into main points, so it becomes very easy for you to read, understand and learn before the exams. Easy no guys? Chalo. Now let's talk about information memorandum. So people, the RP prepares information memorandum. Basically, it contains all the important details that is required for the resolution applicant to submit a resolution plan. If I want to revive this company, I should have some basic details of the company. Now, when can I have the basic details of the company? When I have information memorandum with me. If I don't have the information memorandum, how can I revive this company? So people, before you invest in shares in an IPO, you will receive offer document. In the same way, every resolution applicant shall receive a information memorandum where all the details of the corporate debtor is mentioned, so resolution applicant can take all the decisions taking into consideration the position of the corporate debtor. Yes. Now contents of information memorandum: financial details, asset liabilities, outstanding debts, pending cases or litigations. Role of RP. RP provides information memorandum to eligible resolution applicants. First, we are going to find out which resolution applicants are eligible. Remember na people, who will tell me the section number over here? Let's come over here. See, person who cannot be resolution applicants. Do you think RP is going to submit information memorandum to these people? No. Only to eligible people, RP will submit the resolution plan. Okay, sir. Now, Information is given in physical or electronic format. Now this is the most important part. Most important part. Must maintain confidentiality. If you don't maintain confidentiality of the resolution plan, that's it. You are not following the insolvency bankruptcy code regulations. You have to maintain secrecy. In your exam, question can be asked, RP did not maintain confidentiality or the resolution applicants did not maintain confidentiality. Are there any consequences? You have to explain that answer, that these people are not allowed to share the contents of the information memorandum. Must protect the company's data and intellectual property. And last is, cannot share any information without permission. Now purpose is so that applicants understand the company's position, helps in preparing the resolution plan. This is not important. Only these 4 points are the most critical people. Okay. I've also prepared mind map. Everyone with me, give me a quick thumbs up. Janan, what we'll do is, we'll first complete off till here and then we'll take a break. Is that fine? Will that work, guys? Only 2 pages are remaining, people. Only 2 pages. Very, very easy points. We'll complete these 2 pages and then we'll take a break of 5 to 10 minutes. Okay? So people, one more thing I will tell you guys. If you look at the PYQs, questions are very easy from Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016. Okay? So there will be a time where you realize that you are studying a lot of things, lot of important provisions from IBC 2016. But if you look at PYQ, very easy questions are asked from Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016. So whatever important topics I have marked in my marathon notes, you have to study that properly and then you are sorted. Okay guys? Chalo. So submission of RP. So whenever a resolution applicant is submitting a resolution plan, he must also give an affidavit confirming that he is not ineligible. He has to prove that I am not a willful defaulter, I am not an undischarged insolvent, I am not disqualified by a foreign laws. So 2 things. Number 1 is you have to submit a resolution plan, and number 2, you have to prove that you are eligible to submit a resolution plan. The plan must clearly mention the payment of CIRP cost, which is the highest priority. If the plan does not talks about the CIRP cost, this is the most critical part, people. Why? Because CIRP cost include the remuneration of insolvency resolution professional. If the IRP is not getting paid, why would he even take charge of the company? Yes or no? So first priority is CIRP cost. We're going to understand what does CIRP cost means. Next is payment to operational creditors should be minimum liquidation value. Now people, over here you will get confused. Let's zoom in over here. Okay. So first of all, CIRP cost, then operational creditors should receive minimum liquidation value. So what is the meaning of this? People, tell me one thing. If a company gets revived, OC will get 10 crores. If the company is liquidated, OC will get 12 crores. We'll tell again. If the company is revived, OC will get 10 crores. If the company is liquidated, OC will get 12 crores. If you would be the OC, which one would you choose? Would you choose revival or would you choose liquidation? Everyone tell me in the chat box. If you would be the OC, would you choose liquidation or would you choose revival? When you know that if you revive the company, you will get 10 crores, but if you liquidate the company, you will get 12 crores. Which one would you choose? Your answer will be liquidated. So people, the law says that whenever you revive the company, you have to make sure OC will receive certain amount of money, and that certain amount of money should be more than the money that he would have got if the company was liquidated. Because OC should be happy to revive this company. Yes or no, guys? Very easy. So you will choose liquidation in the same way. That means what? When a company is getting revived, it should have a value more than the liquidation value.
12.5 crores, 13 crores, 14 crores. This is wrong. Are you able to understand, people? Everyone? Okay. Next is the resolution plan should also contain how the company will be managed after the approval. So, the resolution applicant, while he submits a resolution plan, he must clearly state how am I going to manage this company? What new changes am I going to make in the company? Every single thing should be mentioned in the resolution plan. Next is how will the plan be implemented and monitored? And last is compliance with the insolvency bankruptcy code and all the other sectoral laws. Okay, guys. So 5 things should be mentioned in the resolution plan. Number 1 is payment of CIRP cost. Number 2 is payment to operation creditors should be at least the liquidation value. Third is how will the company be managed? How will the resolution plan be implemented and monitored? And last is compliance with insolvency bankruptcy code and other laws. Very easy, no, people. Give me a quick thumbs up, everyone, guys. Everyone. So, few topics are remaining. Very easy topics. Now, what is the meaning of CIRP cost and interim finance? Let's understand. CIRP cost include, people, interim finance. So, whenever you have taken a loan to revive this company, what are expenses you have incurred? All those expenses will be included in the CIRP cost. Then fees of the resolution professional, the most important. Third is cost of running the business, and fourth is government and other expenses. So these are the cost that CIRP will include. 4 expenses. Number 1 is interim finance. Number 2 is fees of the resolution professional. Number 3 is cost of running the business, and number 4 is government and other expenses. Now, sir, what is the meaning of interim finance? Loan taken by RP during CIRP, whatever expenses has been incurred by the RP, all the expenses shall be paid by the resolution applicant in their resolution plan. Everyone, guys, are you with me? Hi, Balu. Hi, Balu. People, are you finding it easy now, CIRP? If you understand this logically, every single thing will make sense. Every single law has a reason behind why they were introduced. So guys, now approval by COC. Now that RP has received the resolution plan, every single thing has been properly complied. Now what RP will do is, RP will give these plans to the COC to review. RP presents the resolution plan to a COC. COC will check 2 things. Is the plan valid? Will this plan work? Is this plan feasible? And number 2 is this plan financially making sense or not? If this plan is not financially making sense, COC will reject the plan. Voting, it requires 66% voting share. Resolution applicant can attend the meetings to answer the questions of COC, but they cannot vote in the meeting. And once approved, the plan does not get implemented automatically. It has to now get approved by NCLT. It has to now go to the NCLT. Easy now, guys. So definitely in the PYQ this question was asked, how is the resolution plan approved according to Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016? So you have to write all these steps in detail. So first step is you will present the resolution plan to the COC. Then COC will check 2 things. Is this plan feasible? Is this plan financially viable or not? Then voting will happen by 66%. Then the resolution applicant can attend the meetings, but they cannot vote. And last is, once this plan has been approved, this plan goes to NCLT. Easy now, guys. Are you finding it very easy? Now last topic, guys, and then we are done. Approval of NCLT. Now people, in your exam question can be asked, how will NCLT approve the resolution plan? You have to write down all these 4 points. NCLT will check 2 things. Is this resolution plan in compliance with the Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016? Will this plan protect and take care of all the stakeholders? Can anyone tell me in the chat box the difference between a stakeholder and a shareholder? Can anyone tell me the difference between a stakeholder and a shareholder? So the plan shall not only protect the financial creditors, the plan shall also protect the operation creditors, workmen, employees, everyone the plan shall protect. So NCLT will check all these conditions. It should not be a case where your plan is only protecting financial creditors. If satisfied, NCLT will approve the plan. Now, effect of approval. Once NCLT has approved the plan, nobody can now go against the plan. Company, employees, creditors, guarantors, everyone must accept the plan. Everyone must obey the plan. If not satisfied, the plan is rejected and company will be liquidated. Easy no guys? Sir, in stakeholder can be government also will be included. Yes, whoever is associated with the company in any way, it could be direct manner, it could be an indirect manner, everyone will form stakeholders. But shareholders are the owners of the company. Laborers, employees, suppliers, creditors, distributors, customers, everyone will form a part of stakeholder. Shareholders are only owners of the company. Now people, a lot of students have asked me, sir, when do we use 51%, when do we use 66%, and when do we use 90%? Let's understand now. Used for routine decisions, 51%. 66% is used for major decisions, resolution plan approval, change of RP, interim finance. 90% approval is required when it is used to withdraw CIRP. So if you are going to withdraw from CIRP, it will require 90% approval. Everything is going smoothly. Suddenly COC feels that no, we want to liquidate the company, we want to withdraw the CIRP. Now it will require 90% of consent of all the creditors. Yes, Suman is saying stakeholders include shareholders, creditor, debtor, every person. Amazing guys. So we are done over here. Guys, my suggestion is that shall we solve MCQs? Shall we do this writing practice session, and then we will take a break? What do you think, guys? Are you feeling very exhausting? Let me know in the chat box. I want you guys to watch these lectures with complete focus. If you feel that you are exhausted right now, just let me know. Otherwise, we can start with MCQs. We can do this writing practice session, and then we will take a break. Yes, please, sir, MCQ. Thank you, Shahnawaz. Janan saying after the gap. Guys, we'll do one thing. No problem. I want you guys to stay completely focused in these lectures. It doesn't matter at all. So we'll take a break of 5 minutes. Once we are done with this 5 minutes break, then we will resume the lectures. Okay, guys? Suman, Shah Nawaz. Guys, that's completely fine. Let's take a break of 5 minutes, okay? We'll meet at 7:30 p.m. Break. Cool, guys? Chalo. Yes, guys, everyone, quickly come and give me a quick thumbs up, guys. Let me know that you have joined the lecture. Quickly give me a thumbs up. Shall we begin, guys? Shall we begin? We also have to cover amendments. Chalo, guys, let's continue with the MCQs. Chalo. The first question is, the resolution applicant discussed the information memorandum details with the external advisors. What is the correct position? Option A, allowed as part of preparing a plan, allowed if COC approves, not allowed due to confidentiality requirement, and D is allowed if advisors are professionals. What is the answer to the first question, guys? We have already studied you are supposed to maintain confidentiality with respect to information memorandum. So not allowed due to confidentiality requirement. Okay, sir. Next is, yes, Shanavas, perfect. Next question is, people, even after COC approval, the plan can be rejected. If RP changes opinion, it is not profitable, it does not comply with provisions, or creditors file objections. What is the answer to the second question? Even after COC approval, the plan can still be rejected. Do you remember, if the plan goes to NCLT, NCLT will check if the plan goes along with Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016 or not. If the plan does not goes well with IBC, the plan will be rejected. Amazing, guys. Okay. Next is, corporate debtor raises dispute after receiving demand notice. What is the correct position? Valid if supported by documents, not valid if not pre-existing, and D is valid if within 10 days. What is the answer to the third question, guys? Corporate debtor raises dispute. I told you guys, dispute should be raised before you send the notice, not after you send the notice. So it is not valid if not pre-existing. Amazing, guys. Next is, a resolution applicant clears NPA dues after submitting the plan. Is it correct? Becomes eligible, remains ineligible, eligible if COC approves, eligible if NCLT approves. What is the answer to the fourth question? Shall he clear the dues after that he should submit a resolution plan, or he should first submit a plan and then he should clear the dues? Which one is correct, guys? Fourth answer is B. Fourth answer is B, guys. He remains ineligible. Okay, sir. Next is, corporate debtor finished CRP 10 months ago and again defaults. What is correct? Can file immediately, cannot file within 12 months, can file with permission, or D, only creditors can file. What is the answer to the fifth question? People, do you remember, if CRP is done within last 12 months, you cannot initiate CRP. That means answer is, fifth answer is B. Everyone, are you guys with me? Give me a thumbs up, guys. Next question is, COC approves extension of CRP with 60% voting. Is it sufficient? Valid as majority, valid if RP agrees, not valid as 66% is required, and D is valid if NCLT approves. People, I told you this is a very important decision, so you will require 66% voting. Guys, everyone, whatever answer is coming in your mind, just answer the questions. Okay? It doesn't matter if it is right or wrong, just answer those questions. Okay, guys, next is A person gives personal guarantee which is invoked but unpaid. What is his current status? Eligible resolution applicant, eligible with conditions, ineligible, eligible if COC approves. What is the correct answer to the seventh question, guys? He is ineligible. If you have given a personal guarantee, if you have been invoked but still you have not paid, you are ineligible to submit a resolution plan. Okay, sir. Next is not informing operational creditor, 10.2%. What is the real issue? Is it allowed, guys? Tell me the answer to the eighth question. First of all, they are not allowed to vote, but still it's a procedural violation. You have to send them notice. Okay, sir. Next is sale of a very important unit with 60% approval due to urgency. Is it correct or non-correct, guys? I told you if it is important decisions, it will require 66% approval no matter what. No matter what, if it is important decisions, it will require 66% voting rights. In your exam, question can be asked in this manner, twisted and turn. They will prove you that their decision was right. So you have to tick mark the right answer, which is always against the provisions of Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016. Now people, 10th question. No creditor objected to any decisions. What is the hidden concept? Silence equals approval. Commercial wisdom overrides law. Legal requirements still apply. RP discretion becomes final. What is the answer to the 10th question? Creditors are not saying anything. People, you have to follow legal requirements. Okay, guys. So what we'll do is, now in your material, I have given 20 questions. Let's discuss 15 questions, guys, and then we'll go to the answer writing practice and then amendment. Okay. A company defaults 80 lakh rupees to a bank. The bank wants to initiate CIRP under section 7. Are they allowed, guys? The answer is no. You have to. There should be a minimum default of 1 crore rupees. Everyone, guys, are you with me? Give me a quick thumbs up. Perfect. 12th question. A corporate debtor received a demand notice. After receiving it, they create a dispute to avoid payment. What will NCLT do? NCLT will ignore it. Okay? Reject dispute as it is not pre-existing. Next is CIRP started on 1st January. It was extended by a maximum allowed period. What is the last possible completion timeline, guys? It is 330 days, taking into consideration all the possible court delays. Next is continuation of SARFACI auction by Bank A. Is it valid, guys? Tell me the answer. 14th question. Yes, guys, I'm watching your comments. Tell me the answer to 14th question. You are not allowed to do that because you are under moratorium period. Perfect. Next is action against person guarantor. Is it valid, guys? Tell me quickly. Is it allowed, guys? It is completely allowed. Okay. Now let's go to the question answer session. During CIRP, a resolution applicant submitted a plan for XYZ Limited. CIRP cost to be paid fully. Financial creditors dues 100 crores. Proposed payment was 60 crores. Operational creditors dues was 20 crores. Liquidation value payable to OC was 8 crores. Proposed payment to OC was 6 crores. People, clearly we can see the violation. Let's see. COC approved a plan with 72% voting share. Okay. Considering all the possible recovery and feasibility, the plan was then submitted to NCLT. Examine whether the resolution plan satisfies the requirements under the Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016 or not. I have told you yesterday, whenever you write answer to a case study based question, you have to always start with
As per section 30 of Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016, a resolution plan must follow certain mandatory conditions. Plan must provide for payment for CIRP cost in priority. Plan must ensure that OC receives money not less than liquidation value under section 53. The resolution professional must check the compliance before placing the plan before the COC. Now the analysis, the most important part, critical part. The plan provides full CIRP cost of 5 crore rupees. So this condition is satisfied, no problem. Operational creditors are proposed 6 crores, whereas this is the problem. Liquidation value is 8 crores, not allowed. The COC approved with 72% voting share. However, minimum payment requirement must be satisfied separately, irrespective of COC approval. So people, now you will write a conclusion saying that resolution plan must satisfy all the mandatory conditions, including minimum payment to OC, before it can be approved by the IBC 2016. So they will put a lot of conditions, and one condition will be clear violation. You have to find out that violation, you have to write down the answer. Always begin your answer with intro as per the provisions of Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016. Then you write down the provisions, then you write down the analysis, and then you write down the conclusion in just one line. Easy now, guys. Now let's talk about direct question. Explain the actions that will require approval of Committee of Creditors under section 28. Simple now, guys. You have to write first intro. As per section 28 of IBC 2016, RP must take prior approval of COC before taking any important decisions. Okay, sir. Now, what are the provisions saying? Raising interim finance, creating security interest, all these 9 to 10 points you have to write down, and in the end, you have to write down the conclusion saying that hence, section 28 ensures that major decisions are not taken only by RP and proper control is maintained by the COC during CIRP. Are we done, guys? Give me a quick thumbs up. Yes, out of 15 only 12 correct, sir. No problem, Shanawaz. You solve more MCQs. When I will give you daily PDF now, also solve those PDFs and then you will be sorted. Gradually you will realize that you are solving a lot of right questions. Yes, guys, now let's talk about the amendments. The most important part, amendments. First of all, let me know who all is online. Give me a quick thumbs up, guys. Chalo. COC meeting. Janan, your point. Earlier there was no fixed rule how the meeting should be conducted, how often the meeting should be conducted. But now there's a rule that says that COC meeting shall be held within 30 days of the last meeting. Minimum one meeting should happen in every quarter compulsory. Okay, sir. Example. Company ABC is under insolvency. Last meeting was held on 1st April. The next meeting should be held by 1st May. Even if it is extended, at least one meeting in 3 months must happen compulsorily. Impact is because COC will meet very regularly, there will not be any unnecessary delay and company will be tracked regularly, the action of the company. The more COC meet often, the more quickly decisions will be taken in the company. So earlier it was very unorganized, but right now it is completely organized. Okay, sir. Now let's come to the second amendment, personal guarantor. Earlier, guarantor could delay by not giving a repayment plan. Process was used to get stuck. Now what happens is, guarantor must submit a repayment plan. If not, RP shall inform the authority with the COC approval. Example, Mr. A gave guarantee for 5 crore loan. He does not submit a repayment plan now. Now RP informs authority. Authority can take action, bankruptcy or recovery. Impact is
no unnecessary delay will be caused by the guarantor. Now people, this one is the most important amendment that I think will come in your exam. Real estate CIRP amendment. Earlier, let's take an example of a builder. Okay. Earlier, buyer could not get possession of the property. RP had to handle many buyers alone. Authorities were not involved. No early check of approvals. Projects was often remain incomplete. Example I will tell you. Okay, one second. Earlier, buyers were not given property. If we talk about authorities, RERA, that is the Regulatory Development Real Estate Development Authority, guys, they were not consulted. So what used to happen is the resolution applicant used to give very frivolous resolution plans saying that the project will be completed in just 12 months, 8 months, 9 months, but actually it was not completed. So now people, authorities will also be included. RERA will also be consulted to check whether the plan making sense or not. Now possession is allowed. Buyers can get flats during CRP with COC approval. Facilitators, they help RP manage the buyers. Authorities in COC, faster approvals and decisions. RERA report shall be checked if project can be completed or not. And last is, there shall be a monitoring committee also to ensure that construction is properly completed. Basically, a lot of people have been included so that project gets completed in time and buyers don't, so that real estate builders don't cheat the buyers. Earlier only money recovery, but right now the focus is on project completion and home buyer protection. So people, these are the amendments that you need to be aware of. Most importantly, I would say that you have to understand this amendment. Earlier, nobody was taking care whether the builder was saying the right thing or not, but now a lot of middlemen have been included to keep a check on the builder whether he is really saying the truth or not. Okay guys, now shall we start with the liquidation? People, what we'll do is we'll take a break of 5 minutes now. We'll meet at 8:53 p.m. We'll meet at 8:53 p.m. Okay, take a break. I know that you guys are a little exhausted, guys, but just be with me, and then by the end of these lectures, you will have 20 marks in your hand. Okay, guys? Chalo. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, guys. Am I audible? Am I visible? Give me a quick thumbs up, guys. Suman is saying, sir, sorry for interruption, but there is no PDF in WhatsApp channel as per link given in the description. Suman, I have sent the link just now. While we began the lecture, I have sent a link. In that link, you will find my marathon notes. Suman, first of all, tell me, are you there in this group or not? CMA Final Law 100% English language lectures. Are you there in this WhatsApp group or not? Just let me know. Just now I have sent a link. Chalo guys, quickly we'll start with the liquidation and then we'll complete off with IBC 2016. I want you to get 20 marks by day 2. Chalo guys. Circumstances for liquidation, first topic. When will liquidation happen? In the first place, let's understand. Number 1, people, if no resolution plan you have received, then company will be liquidated. So 4 cases company can be liquidated. So if no resolution plan has been received, now tell me guys, what is the time period? 180 days or a maximum 330 days. If you don't receive a resolution plan, then NCLT can order liquidation. Next is NCLT plan has been approved, but over here let's talk about this one. NCLT has approved your resolution plan, but you have not followed the resolution plan, company will be liquidated. If approved plan conditions are breached, stakeholders may apply to NCLT. If violation is proved, liquidation will be ordered. And third case, people, NCLT has rejected the resolution plan. In that case, company will be liquidated. NCLT shall pass liquidation order. Public announcement shall be made and inform all the authorities that this company is going to get liquidated. Okay. And fourth cases, people, COC has got no hope in the company. COC wants to liquidate the company. So if 66% voting share of COC approves liquidation, RP informs NCLT, NCLT passes liquidation order. So in 4 cases, liquidation order can be passed. Number 1 is, people, no resolution plan received. Number 2, plan has been received, but you have not complied with the plan. Number 3 is plan has been rejected. And number 4 is COC has passed a liquidation order because they don't see any future in the company. Admin only shows. Suman, what I will do is, don't worry, after this marathon ends, no, I will send you the link again, okay? Guys, everyone who is watching my lecture right now, did you receive the notes? Let me know in the chat box, guys. Chalo people, now that company NCLT has passed a liquidation order, now what? What are the consequences? Number 1 is, people, liquidation will start to begin. Public announcement supposed to be made so that we can collect all the claims from all the stakeholders. Then intimation order is sent to all the authorities. Legal proceedings have to be paused. No one now can file a case against the company, but there is one exception, that liquidator can file a case against everyone who is supposed to pay the corporate debtor money. So nobody can file a case against the company, but liquidator can file a case on behalf of the corporate debtor to recover money from the creditors of the corporate debtor. Sorry, debtors of the corporate debtor. Easy now, guys. So 4 consequences of liquidation order. Number 1 is commencement. Number 2 is public announcement. Number 3 is intimation. And number 4 is legal proceedings have to be stayed. And 5th one is liquidator can file a case against the debtors of the corporate debtor to recover money. That's it. As simple as that. Next is appointment of a liquidator. So who becomes a liquidator, guys? The RP can become a liquidator if he gives consent. NCLT can replace RP if required. Effect of appointment, we know, board of directors and partner's power gets suspended. All powers will go to the liquidator. Cooperation, everyone is supposed to follow the liquidator's orders. Replacement of RP. Now, when can RP be replaced? Very, very important. So, RP has failed to verify properly or allowed invalid, illegal plan to revive the corporate debtor. In that case, RP will be replaced. RP is supposed to find out who are eligible to submit resolution plan. Section 29A is supposed to be checked. Yes or no, people? If RP is very negligent, then RP can be replaced. Plan has been rejected due to non-compliance. Board will recommend replacement. Board means what, people? IBBI. RP does not give consent. In these three cases, RP can be replaced. Number one is plan rejected due to non-compliance. Next is board recommends replacement, and third is RP does not give consent to act as a liquidator. Okay, sir. Now NCLT appoints another person as the NCLT appoints another insolvency professional as the liquidator. Easy, no, guys? Now let's understand what are the powers and duties of the liquidator. First job is to collect claims and records, verify it. Number two, take control, custody, safeguard the assets. Third is continue business if beneficial. Now, let's look over here. Now, people, over here, there's one term called as actionable claim. Where is actionable claim? Okay, actionable claim has not come right now. When actionable claim will come, let me know. So, guys, next is sale of assets. So, his job is to sell movable assets, immobile assets, and actionable claim. Yes. Now, people, let's come over here. Very, very important. So, students often get confused. So, they don't know the meaning of actionable claim. What is the meaning of actionable claim, guys? So, basically, if you have given 1 lakh rupees loan and person did not repay, you can go to court. Why? Because you have an actionable claim. So, if the liquidator wants to sell an actionable claim, he has to take permission. Cannot sell to ineligible person, section 29A. This we know. You cannot sell movable assets, immovable assets, actionable claims to ineligible persons. Now, another 6 points, people. Financial powers. He can handle negotiable instruments. He can recover dues from the deceased contributory. Sir, what is the meaning of deceased contributory? People, supposing there is one debtor who is supposed to pay money to the corporate debtor, but he died, but he has got his estate from where the liquidator can get his money back. So liquidator can take control of the asset of the debtor. That is called as recover dues from deceased contributory. Okay, sir. Now, legal powers. He can file, he can defend cases, he can investigate fraud, undervalued and preferential transaction. Beautiful concept. We're going to understand in the later part of the chapter. Next is administrative powers. He can appoint professionals. They could be experts. He can execute legal documents, deeds, and agreements. Settlement of claims. Invite, verify, and settle claims. Distribute proceeds as per Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016. We are going to understand the waterfall arrangement. Beautiful mechanism. Then, people, he can approach NCLT for directions and consultation. He may consult to stakeholders, but he is not supposed to follow the orders of the stakeholders, not binding on the liquidator. So, people, 10 powers of liquidator. Number 1 is claims and records. Number 2, control of the assets. Number 3, continue business if beneficial. 4th is sale of assets, but to whom you cannot sell the assets? To those people who are ineligible to submit a resolution plan. Then 5th is he has got financial powers, legal powers, admin powers, settlement of claims, authority and guidance from NCLT can seek, and last is he can also consult other stakeholders. Easy now, guys. Give me a quick thumbs up, everyone. If you're with me, give me a quick thumbs up, guys.
I've also prepared a mind map. People see. That's it. Okay. Everyone, Jayanand, Suman, Balu, Varun, Shahnawaz, everyone quickly give me a thumbs up, guys. Okay, chalo. Now people, let's come over here. Liquidation estate. Very important topic. It will be asked in your exam. Okay. Liquidation estate. What is the meaning of liquidation estate, guys? So, what all assets can be sold of the corporate debtor to recover the money so that we can pay off all our liabilities. So, all those assets are called as liquidation estate. So, when liquidation starts, a liquidation estate is created. Okay. It includes all the assets of the corporate debtor. The liquidator holds it in trust for all the creditors. That's not important. But what is important is what assets are included, what assets are excluded in the liquidation estate. Number one is, people, obviously, whatever assets are owned by the corporate debtor will be included in the liquidation estate. Okay, sir. Next is assets that are not in possession of the corporate debtor. Sir, how is it possible? If corporate debtor does not have those assets, how can we include those in the liquidation estate, people? Assets not physically available but belong to company. Example is sold goods but payment not received. That means what? Company has sold assets to person X for which it has not received any money. That means what? This assets belongs to the company, no? So assets not in possession. Okay. Third is tangible assets. It could be movable, it could be immovable. Next is intangible assets, patents, trademarks, copyrights, shares, securities, contracts, insurance. We all can sell these immovable assets to recover money. Okay, guys. Fifth one is disputed assets. Corporate debtor and another company which is residing beside corporator. There is one land where there is a dispute with respect to who is the actual owner of the land. That land will also be included in the liquidation estate. So assets under court dispute still included till the decision. Okay, sir. Now recovered assets. So people, I told you, if you have entered into fraudulent, undervalued, preferential transactions, all those assets, all those transactions will be reversed back and then it will be included in the liquidation estate. Next is secured assets. Relinquished. What is the meaning of relinquished, guys? Relinquished means giving away. Giving away. So we will understand. A secured creditor has got two options. To either giving away the right to enforce the security and stand in line with the other creditors, or option number two is he can sell the asset immediately. So if the creditor has chosen the first option, he has given away the asset because he wants to stand in line along with the other creditors. We are going to understand why he takes such decisions. But if he has given away the asset, those assets will also be taken into consideration. Okay, sir. Then other assets owned at insolvency date, stock, furniture, raw material, and proceeds. Even if you sell the assets, whatever money you are going to receive, that money will also be included in the liquidation estate. Yes, thank you so much, guys. Okay, so 9 assets will be included in the liquidation estate. Tell me quickly, people. Number 1 is owned assets. Number 2 is assets not in possession. Number 3 is tangible assets. Number 4 is intangible assets. Number 5 is disputed assets. Number 6 is recovered assets. Number 7 is secured assets. And number 8 is other assets. And 9 is proceeds. Very easy, people. Give me a quick thumbs up, everyone, guys. Okay. Now the important question is, what assets are not included in the liquidation estate? This one is most important. Students often get confused in this topic. Third party assets. Now you don't own the property. This property is owned by the third party, but you are holding it as a trust. You don't own this property. You just have a position.
Does that property belong to you? No. Then this property will not be included in the liquidation estate. Assets held in trust or bailment. Example is assets that belongs to somebody else, PF, pension, gratuity funds. Does this money belong to you or the employees? It belongs to the employees. So you cannot touch this asset. Right to use assets. That means what, people? Leased office. So you have been given an office on a rental basis, on a leased basis. Can you sell that property? No, because that property does not belongs to you. Okay. Now this one is very, very important. Collateral with financial institutions. Assets under netting off or setting off arrangement. So people, over here, company can take a loan from the bank. Company can take a loan from the bank. Company can take a loan from the bank. Now, in return of the loan, company can keep certain shares as a security. Certain shares as security. Now, these shares cannot be touched. Okay. Next is collateral with financial. Okay, this is done. Next, people, personal assets will obviously not be included because we know that company and shareholders are different people. Assets of shareholders and partners will not be included, but there is an exception to this case. If there is fraud by the shareholder, then their assets will be taken into consideration. Okay, sir. Next is subsidiary assets will also be not taken into consideration because that assets belongs to the company. Okay, guys. Other exclusions, assets excluded by IBBI regulation, that is regulated asset. For example, people, if you are going for an IPO, SEBI asks you to submit a security deposit. Okay. Now, this money will be with the SEBI. Now, when you are on a liquidation, nobody can touch that money because that money is under confiscation by SEBI. So 5 types of assets are not included in the liquidation estate. Number 1 is third party assets, assets held in trust, bailment, PF, pension, gratuity funds, right to use assets are not included in the liquidation estate. Number 2 is collateral with financial institutions. Number 3 is personal assets, exception is fraud. Number 4 is subsidiary assets will not be included. And last is other exclusions. Everyone, argue with me, give me a quick thumbs up, guys. Quickly give me a thumbs up, guys. Everyone. Perfect. Now, ascertaining claims. So people, whenever liquidator verifies claims, first of all, after liquidation starts, creditors must submit claims within 30 days. Financial creditors can submit claim through information utility or with supporting documents. We know this. Operational creditors have to submit in prescribed form with documents. Just write supporting documents. It could be invoices. It could be proof of default. Then people, mixed creditors. If you are a mixed creditor, you have to submit claims individually. Very, very important. If a creditor has both types of debt, financial claim also, operational claim also, both have to be filed separately. Now withdrawal claims. So creditors can withdraw the claim within 14 days of submission. If you ask me, question can be asked from these two questions. If it could be MCQ question. Okay, guys. Okay. So 5 things we have understood while ascertaining claims. Number 1 is submission of claims within 30 days. Then financial creditor can submit along with IU and supporting documents. Number 3 is OC shall submit in prescribed form or documents, supporting documents. Next is mixed creditor, you have to file separately. And last is, if you want to withdraw your claims, you have got 14 days to withdraw. Easy now, guys? Perfect. Chalo. Thank you, Suman. So many thumbs up you are giving me. Chalo, guys. Now, claims, admission, communication and appeal. Decision by liquidator,
communication and appeal. So liquidator may admit or reject fully or partly. If rejected, liquidator must give reasons in writing why I have rejected your claim. Now, whatever communication you are doing, you have to communicate within 7 days. Aggrieved party can appeal within 14 days. Okay, sir. Next is preferential transaction. Over here comes the important part of the chapter. What is the meaning of preferential transaction? First, let's understand. A preferential transaction is when one company favors one creditor before a liquidation. Just before the liquidation, you have sold the asset to one creditor so that this guy will be favored over other creditors. Not allowed. You cannot favor anyone. The asset, the money belongs to everyone. Now this puts the creditor in a better position than others. Okay. Now when is it preferential, guys? There is a transfer or payment to a creditor, guarantor, surety. The second point is the most important. It gives them an unfair advantage over other creditors. Unfair advantage over other creditors is the most important part. So if a corporator is favoring one creditor over others, that means it has made a preferential transaction. Even if there is a court order, still it can be called as a preferential. If you are a creditor, you have got a court order in hand that I am supposed to accept this money, still this transaction is not allowed. It will be called as a preferential transaction. You have to stand in line along with all the creditors. Are you able to understand, people? Everyone, guys. Thank you so much, Suman. Now, effect. This is the most important topic of part. Now, you might be thinking, sir, how many times you're going to say most important, most important? People, wherever I can find practical questions can be made, no, I am giving it as most important label. So, you have to focus on that. Okay? Effect. What NCLT can do? Section 43. So, NCLT can take 8 type of actions. Let's go them one by one. Number 1, NCLT can take back the property from the creditor who was favored. Number 2, take back the sale of proceeds. If you have sold these assets to a creditor, the creditor does not have the asset. Creditor has sold the assets. NCLT will say nothing doing. Whatever money you have received, give me back. Now, this one and this one is very, very similar. Where is it? Yes. Order repayment. Person who got benefited in any way, they have to repay the benefit. Company has given a car to a creditor. Again, you have to repay back the benefit. Then people cancel security. Just before the liquidation, there were two creditors. To only one creditor you have given them security. To other creditor you have not given anything. NCLT will say nothing doing. We are going to cancel the security that you have created. Any mortgage charge credited can be cancelled. Next is restoring guarantor's liability. This is the most tricky part. You will get confused. People, tell me one thing. If I release, this is the corporate debtor. This corporate debtor has taken a loan from the creditor, saying that if I don't repay you the loan, guarantor will repay you the loan. Guarantor will repay you the loan. Okay. So there were a lot of creditors in line. A lot of creditor. There's one more creditor. But what the corporate debtor did was, he paid money to only this creditor only. Now if money is paid to this creditor, don't you think the liability of guarantor will also get reduced? Yes or no, guys? If corporate debtor pays money to one creditor, don't you think the guarantor's liability will also automatically get reduced? So NCLT will say nothing doing. If you do any type of such transaction in an unfair manner, we will reverse back the transaction. Now read this. Guarantor's liability can be brought back. Company released guarantor's liability in a very unfair manner. NCLT can reverse back the situation. Now that one creditor was taken over here, one creditor, we will change this. Creditor 1 creditor 2, creditor 3. Now let's read this. New charge or security can be created if needed. Now this corporator fraudulently gave security to this creditor in an unfair manner. NCLT will say that no, nothing doing, we will reverse back the security creation. Now people, if NCLT reverse back the security creation, don't you think now the creditor has got nothing to do? So NCLT will say that this asset creation was in an unfair manner, but don't worry, we will give you some other asset to you as a security. That means new charge or security can be created if required. Are you guys with me? Everyone, Suman, Jayanand, MD Shah, everyone guys, are you with me? Did you understand this point? Very, very important. New charge or security can be created if NCLT has cancelled one security or charge. Ask for fresh claim. Creditor may be informed that you need to prove that you are supposed to receive money again. An important note. This is the most important topic. Only unfair, bad faith transactions can be reversed. Good faith transaction cannot be reversed. Example is, you're paying light bill, you're paying salaries to the employees. Can this transaction be reversed, people? No. You're paying rent. Can this transaction be reversed? No. Normal business transactions are completely allowed, guys. Completely allowed. Are you able to understand, guys? People, any point you have a problem, just let me know in the chat box. Okay? When I was teaching to my offline students, they had problem in this point. I hope now it is clear. These 2 points which I think you might have problem in, now these 2 points are clear, I am assuming, guys. If no, let me know in the chat box. Okay guys, chalo, now we know what is the meaning of preferential transaction. When is it preferential transaction, we know. What is the impact of a preferential transaction, we also know. Question can be asked on this topic itself. Okay, chalo guys. Now, next is undervalued transaction. Over here, you have not, chalo. Guys, don't laugh. Chalo. So over here in preferential transaction, what you did was you gave priority to one creditor, but in undervalued transaction you have sold the asset at a very less value. An undervalued transaction happens when the company gives a gift or sells asset at a very low value. 10 crores worth of asset, you have sold it at 10 lakh rupees. Does it make sense? No. We know, people, Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016 goal is to maximize the asset value. Yes or no, people? Anything that is going against maximizing asset value will be discarded. Now, types. Giving asset without any payment is called as gift. Low value asset, selling asset at a very low cost, dirt cheap price, is called as undervalued transaction. Now, time period. This is the most important part. Often students get confused. Now, people, transactions of what period can be reversed if it is undervalued? Transactions of what value can be reversed if it is undervalued transaction? Now there are two situations. If it is a RPT transactions, 2 years will be taken into consideration to reverse by the transaction. If it is not an RPT transaction, only 1 year will be taken into consideration to reverse back the transaction. If I have sold this to my friend, then 2 years will be taken into consideration. If in the last 2 years have I sold any kind of asset to my friend before the insolvency commencement date, then those transactions can be reversed. But if I have sold this asset to some other person who is not associated with me 2 years back, it's completely allowed, nobody can touch me. But if I have sold the asset to a person who is not associated with me in the last 1 year, this transaction can be reversed. This transaction can be reversed. Okay guys, so time period is very, very important. If it is non-rated party, within 1 year before insolvency will be taken into consideration. But if it is rated party, within last 2 years before insolvency will be taken into consideration. Everyone
are you with me? Give me a quick thumbs up, guys. You can also give me double thumbs up. That's completely fine. Everyone give me a quick thumbs up. Now next is, who can apply to NCLT that these transactions have been entered, undervalued transaction have been entered, fraud transaction have been entered, liquidator or RP can enter. If these people don't react, creditor, member or partner can apply to NCLT saying that corporate debtor have entered into such type of transactions. Please reverse it back. Now powers of NCLT. Now NCLT will return property back to the company, cancel or reduce the security, and last is order whatever benefit has been received by the person who received undervalued assets. Everyone, guys, are you with me? Perfect, perfect, perfect. So in exam, if a question is asked with respect to undervalued transaction, will you be able to write, people? Always remember, undervalued transaction, timeline is mentioned. Write down the meaning and write down all these points. I hope, guys, if a question is asked in your exam with respect to undervalued transaction, you should be able to write the answer in the best way possible. Okay, guys. Now next is fraudulent transaction. Basically, you have cheated the creditors. You have hidden the assets so that creditors cannot take these assets from you. Not allowed, guys. A fraud transaction is done intentionally to cheat the creditors. It hides or reduces assets so creditors cannot recover the money. Now, when is it fraudulent? If you hide assets or if you harm the creditors in any manner. Now, powers of NCLT: restore the position. So, NCLT will restore the position of the corporate debtor in the same way as if these type of transactions have never happened at all. Bring back situation to original state. Asset may be returned to the company. Second is, whatever measures can be taken to protect the creditors, all these measures can be taken by NCLT. Take steps to compensate or safeguard creditors, reverse unfair transactions. Yes, tomorrow it will be corporate governance, guys. Corporate governance. Okay, guys. Chalo. So, if in exam question is asked with respect to fraudulent transactions, will you be able to answer, guys? Give me a quick thumbs up. So, we have studied three type of transactions. Number one is preferential transaction. Number two is undervalued transaction. And number three is fraudulent transactions. Okay. Now, people, the most important part of this chapter, very, very important. Secured creditor and liquidation. Now, let's come over here. Now, people, what is the meaning of relinquished security? Given up or surrendered voluntarily the right to enforce the asset as a security. Now, a secured creditor has a, one second, guys, yes. A secured creditor, example is bank. So bank has got an asset kept as a security by the company. Company has a default in the repayment. Now bank has the option to sell this asset and recover the money. Now still bank has got two options in liquidation. Number one is the most easiest step, that is bank keeps the right over asset. They sell it separately. They say that this factory is mine, and bank sells immediately. This is the easiest way possible. The second option is most interesting. Second option is bank gives up the right to enforce the security. Bank gives up the special right over the asset. They instead join along with the other creditors in line. They don't want to sell the asset individually. They are okay to stand in line with the other creditors. Now the important question is, why would any bank do that? Bank says, I give up my exclusive right to recover the asset. Factory will go back to the liquidation estate. Bank will return back the factory. Now people, what happens when a security is relinquished? Asset becomes a part of liquidation estate. People, do you remember in the liquidation estate we have understood all the asset that has been relinquished by the secured creditor will be forming a part of liquidation estate. Next is liquidator sells it, bank gets paid along with everyone. Now the important question over here is, sir, why would any bank choose the most difficult option? Why can't they simply sell these assets? Number one reason is, banks feel that certain assets, if they are sold individually, will receive very less value. But if we sell it along with all the assets, then we'll receive maximum value. Selling individually gives less value. When bank believes that liquidator can find a better deal for me, then bank will choose a second option, the difficult one. Liquidator gets better option. In that case, bank chooses that I don't have the expertise in recovering maximum amount of this. So what I will do is I will give this asset back to liquidator. Liquidator, I'm completely fine if you sell these assets and pay me along with everyone in line. Are you able to understand, guys? Everyone. So students often get confused in this topic. You don't have to mug up the topic, okay? Now you know the logic behind why secured creditors take actions. Clear now, guys? Everyone? Chalo. Now let's come to the next topic, that is rights during realization. Creditor can enforce, creditor can sell the asset, creditor can also enter into a settlement or compromise. Next is, if corporate debtor causes trouble, then secured creditor can go to NCLT. NCLT can pass orders to get it enforced. Now that if the creditor gets extra money, then he is supposed to receive extra money shall be paid back to the liquidator. Extra money shall be given back to the liquidator. Easy now, guys? So when exam question is asked, what are the rights of the secured creditor? Will you be able to answer the question, guys? Let me know in the chat box. Give me a quick thumbs up, guys. Everyone. Two options available. Either you relinquish or you realize the security. You know the rights during realization. If there is trouble caused by the corporator, you know the rights. And last is surplus from sale. Easy no, guys? Now let's come to the last topic, and that is waterfall arrangement. Section 53, waterfall arrangement. Now people, now that all the assets have been sold, now that you have got money with you, now the important question is, how are you going to pay money to all the stakeholders in a fair manner? How are you going to pay money to all the creditors all the stakeholders in a fair manner? This is what we are going to understand in the waterfall arrangement. Money from sale of assets is distributed in a fixed priority order. There is a priority. One person will receive the first money. Higher priority gets first, lower will later. Now comes the order of distribution. Guys, I hope you are with me. Give me a quick thumbs up, guys. Chalo. First of all, you know who will receive the first priority of money. CIRP and liquidation cost. First, this should be paid fully. Includes RP, liquidator fees and legal cost. The first payment will go to CIRP and liquidation cost. The second payment will go to workmen. Along with workmen, equal priority will be given to those secured creditors who have relinquished, who have given up their security. Paid equally. First is CIRP cost, second is workmen plus secured creditor who have given up their security. Third is employees other than workmen. Last 12 months, over here last 24 months. Then you will pay to unsecured financial creditor, loans without security. Then people, you will pay to government dues and balance money that has been remaining to the secured creditor. Government dues of last 2 years, remaining debt of secured creditor after enforcement. That means what? There are secured creditors who have sold the assets, but still they have not received full money. Still they are not able to recover the full money. In that case, they will stand in line along with the government. Then will come preference shareholders, then will come equity shareholders will be paid last. Sir, in a course pre-package, no Suman, it is not relevant. It is not relevant. Just keep one thing in mind, it is for MSME. That's it. Okay guys. So if in exam question is asked with respect to waterfall arrangement, will you be able to answer all the question guys? Number one, tell me quickly, everyone you have to shout along with me. Number one, CIRP and liquidation cost. Number two is workmen, last 24 months plus secured creditors who have given up their security. Number three is employees, last 12 months. Number four, unsecured financial creditors. Number five, government dues and balance secured creditors who have enforced the security plus still money has not been recovered fully. And last is preference shareholders, and then comes equity shareholders. Okay, chalo. Dissolution of corporate debtor. Okay, after liquidation is completed, company is closed permanently, application is given to NCLT saying that assets are sold, claims have been settled, money has been distributed. Then NCLT will give dissolution order, company no longer exists, and last is information to ROC within 7 days. So now people, we are done with the Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016. Shahnawaz, personal insolvency in our course. Shahnawaz, personal insolvency is not important. You just have to read it properly. This marathon lectures covers only the important topics, guys. The problem is, if I start covering all the topics now, be it important or non-important, then the marathon will lose its essence. Okay, guys? But don't worry, guys. Don't worry. I will be uploading one-shot revision lectures also. So in case you want to watch those lectures, you will be benefited a lot. I'm going to upload one-shot revision lectures for all the chapters, where all the topics are covered in one lecture itself. Okay? So don't worry, guys. You can watch those lectures before the exams and then you will be sorted. Done, guys? Okay. Now shall we come back to MCQ, guys, quickly? Chalo. Let's come to MCQ questions. Liquidation can be ordered even if resolution plan was submitted when plan is under discussion, plan is rejected for non-compliance, plan is delayed, or plan is incomplete. The answer is, people, answer is B. Okay? Yes. Yes, Suman has got a doubt. Okay. Waterfall arrangement. Sir, in point 5 and point 2. Suman, secured creditors. So we know two types of creditors are there, secured. The one who have given up their assets, the one who have given up their right to recover money by selling the asset. Number two is the one who sold their assets. Who sold their assets. Okay. So a secured creditor have two options. Number one, you either sell the assets immediately, easiest way possible, or number two, you stand in line along with the other creditors. Now, secured creditor who have given up their right to sell the assets, they will be given priority over here. This is the first category of creditor who have given up their asset to enforce. They are completely fine to stand in line along with the other creditors when they have the option to immediately sell the assets and recover money. Okay. Next is, now that second creditor have sold their asset, but still they were not able to recover full money. Some amount of money is repayable. Now this creditor will be given priority along with the government dues. Because this guy has already received some amount of money, so he should be given later priority. Now did you understand, Suman? Two types of creditors. One creditor who has given up their right to realize security, they should be given first priority. And number one is the one who quickly enforce, who quickly sell their assets. Now the ones who have sold their assets, if they received full value, it's amazing. If they don't receive full value, they have to stand in line along with the government. Understood, Shahnawaz? Sorry, Suman? Okay, perfect, guys. Next is decision of COC to liquidate the company is valid when at least 66% share approves. We know this, guys. Next is third question. Liquidation estate will not include which of the following? Now this is tricky. Assets owned by corporate debtor in the balance sheet, assets under dispute pending before court, provident fund of employees, assets recovered from fraudulent transaction. Who will tell me the answer to the third question? Who will tell me the answer to the third question? Thanks a lot, sir. Welcome, Suman. Who will tell me the answer to the third question? Liquidation estate will not include which of the following, guys? Third answer is C. Perfect. Guys, one request. Whenever you are giving me answers, please tell me the question number and then the answer. Okay, sir. Next is fourth question. If a resolution plan is not accepted by NCLT, the next step is pass a liquidation order. Easy tha. It was easy. Which statement about liquidation estate is the most accurate? It includes only current assets. It includes disputed assets. It includes eligible assets as per law. It includes only owned assets. We know. Fifth, very general answer. A company has goods of another firm kept in its warehouse for safekeeping. During liquidation, will these goods be included in the liquidation estate, guys? Tell me. Yes, yes, no, no. Tell me the answer to the sixth question, guys. Tell me the answer to the sixth question. A company has goods of another firm kept in its warehouse for safekeeping. During liquidation, will these goods be included in the liquidation estate? Guys, what we will do is, I will read 3 questions at a time. You quickly answer me all the 3 questions, so we don't wait time in waiting for the answer. Okay, 7th question. A company has got 5 crores in employees provident fund account. During liquidation, can this amount be used to pay the creditors? Is the 7th question. 8th question is, a company owns a patent used in its business. Will this be used? Will this be a part of liquidation estate? Tell me the answer to the 6th question, guys. 6th question answer is C. Amazing. 7th question answer. Answer is C, guys. 7th question answer is C. 8th question. A company owns patent used in its business. Will this be a part of liquidation estate? Yes. It is an asset of a company. 9th question. A company sold machinery but payment is still pending from the buyer. During liquidation, this amount will be included only after recovery, ignored as asset not received, and last is treated as a dispute. What is the answer to the 9th question, guys? Everyone tell me quickly. 9th question. Answer is B. Included as receivable. Guys, easy no? Are you able to understand everything? We are understanding every single thing practically using logic. 10th question. A director's personal house is being used by the company during liquidation. Will this be included, guys? The answer is no. But also tell me in the chat box, when will the personal assets of the debtor be included? 10th question answer. It is C, we know, but also tell me when will the personal assets of the, guys, am I audible? Hello? Yes. When will the personal house or director will be included? When director has been involved in the fraud. Next, 11th question. A creditor having both financial and operational dues, should he file claim individually or should he file a claim together? He should file separate claims for both type of dues. A claim already filed can be withdrawn within what time period? The answer is, guys, I'm afraid to answer any question. Suman, why are you afraid, buddy? Don't be afraid. Whatever we have studied in this marathon, based on that, I'm asking you a question. But there is a practical touch to those questions. So whatever answer is coming to your mind, Suman, just give me the answers. It doesn't matter if it is right or wrong. At least you are trying, Suman. Okay, guys? Yes. Guys, 12th answer is C, no. Within 14 days from date of submission, you can withdraw the application. Suman, no problem if it's wrong every time. No problem. Your job is to try. If you do a wrong thing, you will learn from it. If you don't try, you will not learn anything. Which one is better, Suman? Tell me. Chalo. Am I shouting at you guys? No, no. So, you can relax. Give me answer, but just think and answer. Okay, guys? Now, next question. If the liquidator rejects a claim, what is required regarding reasons? Reasons must be recorded and communicated. Reasons may be recorded but not required. Reasons need not be recorded. People, obviously, reasons must be required. 14th question. An aggrieved party can file an appeal within what period of time? It is within 14 days from communication you can file an appeal. Last question, guys. Submission of claim through information utility is treated as a valid method of proving the claim. Supporting method allowed only with additional documents, not acceptable without physical proof. So answer is A. That's it. Yes, never stop trying because one day it will work. Obviously, Suman. Am I shouting at you guys? No, no. So chill. Just think and answer. That's all. If it is correct, it's amazing. If it is wrong, you will learn something, no, guys. Okay. So now let's go back to the answer writing session. RST Limited was facing a financial stress and was likely to enter liquidation. A few weeks before liquidation, the company paid 80 lakh rupees to creditor A, while other creditors remain unpaid. Now you tell me, is it undervalued, is it preferential, or is it fraudulent transaction? Everyone tell me in the chat box. The company transferred machinery worth 50 lakh rupees to a guarantor to settle dues. One payment was made as per court order. Doesn't matter you have a court order or not, it doesn't matter at all. The company also continued some regular business transaction during this period. This is allowed, completely allowed. After commencement of liquidation, the liquidator examined these transactions. Now you tell me what transactions are allowed, which transactions are not allowed. Now always remember, people, I told you, whenever you start to answer a case study based question, you will always begin with an introduction. As per the provisions of Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016, a preferential transaction occurs when a corporate debtor gives undue preference to a creditor, surety, or a guarantor. We know now it's a preferential transaction. Provisions: transfer for benefit of creditor or a guarantor. Transaction must involve transfer of payment benefiting one creditor. Basically, we'll write conditions. Why am I calling this transaction as a preferential transaction? Number 2, You are putting that creditor in a better position compared to others. Number 3, court order is not a protection. It doesn't matter if you have a court order or not. You have to stand in line along with all the creditors. Next is, if you are conducting business in normal ordinary course, that's completely fine. If you are paying rent, if you are paying salaries to your employees, if you are paying money to your suppliers, it's completely fine. Okay guys, so now provisions is done. Now you will write analysis. Payment to creditor A gives an advantage over others, so this transaction is preferential, not allowed. Transfer of machinery to the guarantor benefits one party, so it may be preferential. Payment through court order can still be called as a preferential, hence it gives an unfair advantage. And last is, regular business transactions are completely allowed. Hence, transactions giving unfair advantage may be treated as a preferential, while normal transactions are excluded from the IBC. Guys, easy no? Are you able to understand all the case study based question, guys? So whatever we have studied now, based on that, I have prepared a case study based question. So you should be able to answer them. Okay, guys? Shall we move on to the last direct question and then we are done with Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016. Everyone, are you with me, guys? Give me a quick thumbs up. Direct question. Explain the admission rejection of claims by liquidator under Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016. So as per the provisions of, you will write the intro. Provisions: verification of claims, admission of claims, rejection of claims, recording reasons. Communication should be happen within 7 days, and right to appeal you have got 14 days time period. People, one second. Okay, chalo. Now people, right to appeal, and then you will write down the conclusion. Hence, the liquidator ensures fair treatment of all claims by properly verifying, admitting or rejecting them as per the Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016. So you have to write down all the 6 points properly, and then we are done with the Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016. So people, how was the marathon lecture? Online people, those who are watching these lectures after the marathon has ended, if you have got any doubt in mind, you have to ask all your doubts in the YouTube comment section. Okay guys, so we'll end this lecture. Tomorrow I will see you with day 3, that is corporate governance. So by tomorrow, corporate governance is done. You will get 30 marks. Done people. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Eat well, sleep well, study well. We'll meet in the next one. Bye guys. Yes, thank you sir. Thank you so much. Bye guys.